which Donald Trump has been having a very good time. Had an amazing week these last couple weeks, an amazing July, really. And also, I mean, the stock market's been going gangbusters. So I know a lot of people, just like Trump, blah, 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 your 401ks would actually would say different. So
shout out to the people that own Nvidia stock. Y'all cooking right now.
hey, for real. All right. Let's get. All right.
Your memo and release yesterday on Jeffrey Epstein, it left some lingering mysteries. One of the biggest ones is whether he ever worked for a American or foreign intelligence agency. The former Labor Secretary, who was Miami U.S. Attorney Alex Costa, he allegedly said that he did work for an intelligence agency. So could you resolve whether or not he did? And also, could you say why there was a minute missing from the jailhouse tape on the night of the
Yeah, sure.
Could I just interrupt for
Sure.
1 second? Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time, and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this, where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration, but you go ahead.
Sure. First, to back up on that, in February, I did an interview on Fox, and it's been getting a lot of attention because I said, I was asked a question about the client list, and my response was, it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file along with the JFK, MLK files as well. That's what I meant by that. Also, to the tens of thousands of video,
I don't know, Pam. You know what I hear?
I can do some shuffling too. Look out, man. What you gonna do? Look out, boys. It's coming through. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard Pam shuffling a lot. And ain't nobody shuffling more than Dan Bongino and Kash Patel. They shuffling too. Dipsy.
Look, this is where I have smoke with both political parties when it comes to this stuff, because we both, let me say allegedly to protect the podcast. Allegedly, no, we have photo evidence. I'm just going to roll with it. We have photo evidence of a lot of prominent Dems and Republicans hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah. Intimately hanging out. I'm talking about private flights to his island, late hour parties. We have the evidence right there. And let's be honest, they ran on releasing this. They ran on releasing the MLK notes. And they said they were going to release the JFK notes. They haven't released any of that stuff.
Yeah.
And they
haven't released any new information.
Yeah, like everything that's already out there, we've already known for years. We already know that. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, and I'm going to get into a little bit of conspiracy with this, but I truly believe, and this is just my personal belief, this is just me standing on my one. I believe that a lot of these people in power do a lot of things like this and hang out with these women, with these young ladies, where they're not vetting their ages and they're not doing things with consent. We saw the accusations with Bill Cosby. Well, what nobody talked about was when he made the statement about Hugh Hefner. It's the exact same thing, man. Like, I'm not trusting anybody when it comes to this stuff. I do believe that there's some type of, it doesn't have to be a list per se. It could be a call log. It could be an email history. It could be a flight log, any of that information. But I believe that there is something out there like that exists, and for whatever reason, it's not being disclosed. And I think primarily because if we do know who's on that list, it's going to break a lot of people's hearts, and they will completely lose faith in our political system.
Yeah. Yeah. And I understand why a lot of people, and they're trying to make this into a story, and to some degree is somewhat of a story. To me, it's not a big deal. And just like Trump has said, there's been a lot of pluses. There's been a lot of great things that he's been able to get accomplished. He's accomplished more. I mean, he said pretty much everything on his list that he has done, he has completed. like securing the border and, protecting women's sports. He, bring down grocery prices, like, or eggs or whatever, tariffs and everything. All this stuff that, is a pretty big accomplishment. And honestly, if you wanted to have smoke for Trump, if you really wanted, like, and this is why I don't understand with the Democrats, because if the Democrats really wanted to like bring up to like Trump's not upholding to, is not following what he said he would do, you can lean into this if you want, but then you got to worry about, why didn't Biden release the files? Then I mean, they had the files. They could have did the same thing too, but I would go on the offense and say, like, why is Fonnie Willis still running around? Fonnie Willis is alleged to have committed some, alleged again, used taxpayer funds. She's been abusing the law. We saw that in the Trump trial. That's, I don't know if it's been thrown out yet though, but it's definitely on, pause. And so, and we have like Letitia James. She's currently being investigated for something related to like getting something with loans or whatever, loan rates or whatever. So that's there. We have Alvin Bragg. He hasn't been charged with anything. So we have a lot of people on the Democratic side that have went after Trump that has faced no additional prosecution. They're still in their jobs. They're still impacting Americans. And, I have yet to see that they've been brought to justice. They've been brought up to Capitol Hill. We saw some of these mayors get brought up, but some of these mayors haven't been arrested. And I'm not saying you need to arrest them for anything, though, but the way that they were talking when the Trump administration came in, I thought we were going to have a little more action with, especially with Brandon Johnson out in Chicago. I thought there was going to be a way more dialogue there, and nothing's really happened to Brandon Johnson. As a matter of fact, he's tripled down, so he ain't going anywhere. So, there's a conversation to be had there. As for the Epstein files, I get it. Like I said, Dan Bongino, Kash Patel, Pam Bondi, I believe they thought they were going to be able to give out some information. They got to see the information and they couldn't disclose it. And so we're never going to get the additional details. And I can give Trump a pass on this. I hate to give somebody a pass, but Biden got away with every damn thing. And so, I don't want to say this is a Biden thing as well, too. But I'm not going to say this is a terrible thing. I'm more focused on, why are some of these rogue prosecutors still running around? Why are some of these rogue mayors still, getting in the way? Like, I understand they've taken some action against some judges that broke the law, like on camera broke the law. But for some of these mayors, they're still getting in the way. So I'm actually surprised about that. I have more smoke on that situation than the Epstein files.
Here's my frustration with politics in situations like this. I talked about this on my personal Facebook page, and the very first thing somebody did in my comments was posted a picture of Trump shaking hands with Jeffrey Epstein, right?
Oh yeah.
So my response to that was, okay, I hear you, but why are you not keeping that same energy for the Clintons who have both been spotted with him?
Especially Bill.
And now what happens is, instead of talking about these young women who, I believe, by the way, I saw a lot of testimonies and documentaries, I believe them. But now, instead of talking about what they had to go through and making sure it never happens again, now we're arguing politics again. Yeah. It's a complete distraction from the problem. This is the exact same thing that happened to me, TR, when I saw the movie Sound of Freedom when it came out in 2023.
Oh, yeah.
If you haven't seen that movie, I recommend you see it, but I will never watch it more than once. It's a very good movie, but I would never watch it again. Oh, yeah. It's a good movie.
Yeah, they tried to suppress that.
Yeah, when I tried to spark up a conversation about that, because it's based on a true story. A lot of people made it political again, and now we're arguing politics. Well, I'm not going to see that movie because it came from a studio that's conservative and supports the Republican Party. I'm like, okay, now we're talking about politics as opposed to these are real people that have really been oppressed. Not that BS oppression stuff y'all be talking about because such at work doesn't like you. These people were really oppressed. and y'all don't want to talk about this. Y'all made it political. Instead, what we should be talking about is, okay, how do we make sure this never happens again? And that's always my frustration with topics like this. You said you were going to leak some files. You made it sound like you had something to be leaked, and then you did a complete 180 on this, and now we're talking about politics again.
Yeah. No, it's unfortunate. It's like I said, and Elon Musk, he actually, he's and Elon's fell out of favor with me. I know it's not a big deal, but Elon is trying to jump on this because I know he posted something on X stating if Trump can't release the Epstein files, how can he be trusted? I'm like, how can you be trusted?
You want to transition and talk about Elon, because I got some smoke for him too.
And maybe we can roll this into the Elon America First party, but Elon, I mean, this guy, you know what? Matter of fact, I think we're good on the Epstein files here, so I think everybody knows where we stand at. But Elon.